Okay, I've shown this before, but I thought I'd do a quick review of it again. It's the Forlom, and it's a Hong Kong version. The grade is U85 loose. It's a 1981 figure, and it comes with quite a nice weapon, quite unique weapon. And I mean, for the time, it's quite a good figure. It's got a nice likeness, got a sort of brownish armour piece that goes over this lovely leatherish robe, and it's a really cool looking figure. Yep. There's his blaster. There's the back of the figure. You can see the detailing on the backpack. And let's have a quick look at the grades. 1981, loose, blah blah blah, U85. And then there's the figure. Love the bug eyes. Obviously everyone knows about the name mistake. There's his weapon. Okay, here's something I won last week, and it's a Lando Calrissian figure. It's really nice. Comes with a blaster. Try not to get too much reflection on this. And it's not the best conditions. It's UKG 75. It's got the painted eyes and mouth, teeth. And what's special about this one is it's the made in Spain version. It's the Star Wars Lando Calrissian PBP 1980. Figure gets 80%, paint 75%, cape 80%. Overall grade is 75% UK graders. And it's a really nice figure, made in Spain. So this is an official Star Wars figure that was made in Spain, not a bootleg that was made in Hungary or something like that. There's the blaster. Really nice. These Spanish figures are really prized by collectors. Really nice. So you can see that one of the eyes looks a bit smaller. And you can see that the figure's got some wear. Look at around the here, there's some paint rare. And some on the fingers as well. This is still a really nice item. Spanish figures tend to use slightly different paint apps and all that sort of stuff. The most famous is like the dark brown Rebel Soldier, which I have got, and I'll be showing that one pretty soon. But that's a really expensive variant. There's also the Forlom figure, which is he has a reddish brown sort of armour, and that's really pricey as well. I'm really happy with this figure because I got it at a really good price, and it's a Spanish variant, so I'm really pleased with this. And 75 is not a bad grade. So that's the front of the figure. There's the side, and there's the back of the figure. So it came with this vinyl plastic cape, really nice. There's a metallic version of this Bespin blaster that was made by PBP, and that's really rare, very valuable. Just that a metallic blaster can go for hundreds almost. This is a really nice figure though. Cool figure. Lando Calrissian PBP. Spanish, made in Spain. There's a Spanish version of this figure with the neck that's painted black as well. That's the most highly prized version of Lando Calrissian. You're talking for that version quite a lot of money. But this is still a nice object. Spanish PBP Lando Calrissian in his Bespin outfit. I've got my Kenner 77 back with my tri-logo Stormtrooper. You can see the main differences in the image, that here on the tri-logo there's just one Stormtrooper, and on the vintage Kenner it's got the two Stormtroopers, this is the more used picture. The figures look pretty similar in terms of sculpting. because they say that the Tri-Logo Stormtrooper is a hard torso Stormtrooper. It's kind of slimmer than the regular release or earlier versions of the Stormtrooper, but these two figures look pretty similar. So that's a Tri-Logo card. It's a 79 back. Looks really nice. Guard Imperial. So this is the double telescoping Luke Skywalker, very famous figure. And out of all of this double telescoping figures, this is the most common one to find. To find this on a card is very rare, and the Vader and Obi-Wan are just, you're talking massive amounts of money for those two figures. Okay, so this is your double telescoping saber Luke Skywalker. Hong Kong Luke, yellow hair. Really nice figure. Okay, so let's get back to the Power of the Force Luke. Okay, here I've got my new Power of the Force 95 Tri-Logo transition Luke lightsaber, and this one is quite a modern Holy Grail, and then this is a vintage Holy Grail. This is the Luke Skywalker. This one's AFA 75. It's a telescoping saber. So you can see that this saber is in two pieces, that filament will pass through that there. This is, you know, quite a rare figure itself, worth way more than this one. And you can see the differences between the 78 figure and the 95 figure. But, you know, you've got two classic figures there. Luke Skywalker, 95 and 78. Both are sort of, that's a modern Holy Grail, and this is a vintage Holy Grail. Okay. Okay, here's Walrus Man, and he's one of the early figures. He's probably, out of all the vintage figures, the one that looks the least like the character he's meant to represent, but he's still a classic character. Bright orange jumpsuit with blue arms and legs with dark green arms, and Imperial blaster, and his little walrus face. Okay, with pink tusks. So there's a few variations with the colours of the tusks. There's a lighter green version, it's called the Meccano version. If you could ever find that, that's really rare. With a sort of greenish, lighter green skin. This is a UK graded, figure 90, paint 85, Star Wars Walrus Man, 1978, number 1 stamp, no markings. So this figure has no markings. So when it comes to identifying this figure, it's a bit difficult, where it comes from and all that sort of stuff, where it was made. Okay, I don't know if you can really see, but the marking should be on the back of the black boot here. You can see that really faint, like it's been cut off the old manufacturing markings, and there's a number 1 just there where my finger is. You can just make it out there. Can you see the number 1? Can you see it? Can you see it? There's number 1. And then across from that, you can just see really faint markings to say, which would have been sort of rubbed off, I guess. But you can just make out the GMFG, but you can see the number 1 quite well. So people that are heavy into vintage Star Wars can get quite anal about all these different variants on figures. So, but it's a really nice figure. I mean, it really looks great. AFA 85, very colourful, very almost psychedelic, really. Great colours, very 70s. Obviously, when you compare this to the 2011 version of Walrus Man, this comes up wanting, but still, this is what we had back in the day. Okay, Walrus Man, no markings, great figure. Okay, cheers, bye. Okay, here we've got a Han Bespin. This one's been U graded 85 by UKG. It's a Han Solo Bespin 1980 Lucasfilm Limited, no country of origin. So this is probably a later release, maybe on a Tri-Logo card. And no country of origin says it means that it's just got, like here on this figure here, it says made in Hong Kong on the leg, and this one doesn't say that. There's this pistol, it comes with a Bespin blaster, should have come with a Han blaster. So you've got the Han Solo there, and this is the one from childhood. So you can see this one's got a darker blue, more glossy jacket. The legs are slightly different colours, the brown trousers. This one's got, which one's got the wider stance? The head, face sculpts are a bit different, slightly different in the terms of paint application. This one's got a nicer, the Hong Kong one's got a nicer looking face than this one. I think that one has darker brown hair, whereas this one's got more mid-brown. This is the one I had as a child, and so here's the one that I just got. I've got him on a Tri-Logo card somewhere. There's a video up on that anyhow. And I've got him on a Return of the Jedi. I think it's might be a Palatoy card. Nice figure. Probably the second best Han after the original. Maybe this is probably the most popular Han, because the sculpting is so good on this figure compared to the original vintage figure. The black costume, but you can see the differences, especially in the jacket, the colour there. And this one's got a duller finish, and you can see differences in the head sculpt are quite apparent. So that's your Han Solo, no country of origin. This is your Hong Kong Han Solo. Okay, alright, cheers, bye. Okay, here's the dark brown Rebel Soldier. This figure was made in Spain, and I've got a regular Hong Kong version of the Rebel Soldier just to compare the two to show the differences. So the main difference is the paint on the vest is a lot darker on this figure, and the boots are darker on this figure as well. The face, you can see that this face is a lot pinker, whereas this one's very pale. There is a pink version of this figure as well, and you've got the brown around the hat is that colour, whereas on this one it's a lighter tan. Both come with the same blaster, and this figure, I'd say the body is a bit whiter as well, but this one's been played with, so it's got a bit of wear around bits and places and stuff. Blaster comes with is the typical Bespin blaster, which came with a lot of the Empire Strikes Back figures. There's the back of the figure. You can see it says Hong Kong there, Lucasfilm Limited. And then the back of this one, it's got a bar, raised bar, where it should say Hong Kong. And you can see the differences between the two in terms of the colour of the vest. I'm not sure there's many sculpting differences. There might be a little bit of sculpting difference in, say, here. Let me just have a look. No, they look pretty much the same. Okay, so this is your Spanish made in Spain version, and this is your Hong Kong version. So it's probably just at the factory they didn't have the same shade of paint, so they just used the dark brown and a light flesh colour, whereas they used a more pinkish for. But I mean, it really makes the figure look quite different. That it has a different shade of paint. This figure's quite valuable. It's quite highly sought. I mean, you're talking over. I mean, loose in mint condition, you're talking about £200. 150 if you're lucky. Graded, say 200 plus, maybe 400, up to 400, depending on this at 80%, and which is a pretty good grade. Okay, I've got my dark brown Rebel Soldier plus my Polish 3rd generation AFA 85 1994 Rebel Soldier. So this was used, the head and the body from the Rebel Soldier and the arms and legs from the Biker Scout, and painted in these bizarre colours. So that's a Polish 1994 3rd generation. You know, PBP or European dark brown Rebel Soldier. You can find this figure on Tri-Logo cards and Spanish cards, and also the regular Hong Kong version Rebel Soldier. So I did a review of this maybe a year and a half ago. Dark brown plus the regular. This one's really looks quite different, a lot shorter. I mean, the arms and legs make it look really different. It's pretty cool though. It's a nice oddity to collect. Polish bootlegs. And then you've got this one here and the original. Okay, so hope you enjoyed looking at this dark brown Rebel Soldier. I'll probably look at it again down the line, but thought I'd better get it done. Okay, so cheers, bye. Okay, here we've got a Polish 3rd generation Darth Vader, and it's quite a nice figure. It's from about 1995. It's graded UKG 85 loose, and it says Star Wars Darth Vader Polish bootleg generation 3 1995 archive number whatever 85. It gets figure 85, paint 85, cape 85, Darth Vader Polish bootleg. You can see the figure is quite different to the Kenner figure. The head and the torso are from the Kenner figure, and then the arms and legs are from the Biker Scout painted black, and the cape's kind of different as well. It's kind of a lot more rough and not as well finished as a Kenner cape. So this is your Polish 3rd generation Darth Vader. Really nice figure. You can see the legs, the knee pads and the arms. Figure's a lot less glossy than a Kenner figure. It has a more matte or dull finish, as you can see in the face and the chest piece there, and different paint details on the chest control box. But still pretty cool, pretty nice piece of foreign vintage or near vintage. We've got to remember some figures, the last of the vintage figures were the 1988 Lili-Ledy figures, but this Vader, I think they kept on making them in Poland and they improved their techniques. So 3rd generation Darth Vader from Poland back in the Iron Curtain days. So you can see the details there. Darth Vader's helmet. Nice. UKG. Polish Darth Vader with Biker Scout limbs and legs. Nice figure. So you can pick out, can't really pick out the head detail too much, but a nice figure nonetheless. Okay, Darth Vader Polish 1995-94 3rd generation. Hello. Today we're going to look at the really interesting Polish Han Solo Hoth That's the figure on the right side, and on the left side is the my original Han Solo Hoth from back in the day, from the 1980. So when I was a child, I had lots of fun with this figure, and now we've got the new. This arrived yesterday, Polish third generation Han Solo Hoth. You can see the figures are quite different in height, and but for a Polish figure, this looks quite. It's not such a bad likeness of the original Kenner figure. So you've got the blue jacket here, different tones of colour. The heads, the face sculpting is a bit different. This head doesn't turn, whereas this head does turn. You've got the gloves. The arms of this figure are, and the legs are from the Polish Biker Scout. So all the Polish figures had the legs and arms from the Biker Scout. You can see, a really nice figure. This one's quite tough to find. I might send it to UK graders, I'm not decided yet. So there's your Han Solo Polish variation, third generation. So this would be from about 1994-5, maybe a bit earlier. Who knows? I've got this one from Germany. So you can look at the differences and similarities. See, this Han has the laser blast holster there, whereas this one, because he's got the Biker Scout legs. But they've done quite a good job trying to match the two figures, the poles. So really nice to see. So that's the Han Hoth from behind, really nice figure. And then we've got the Polish Han Solo, really great figure as well. Okay, here we've got Squidhead. He's on an MIM card. This means made in Mexico on a Kenner US card. And it's a great figure, Mexican version. So this has been made at the Lili-Ledy factory in Mexico. And this one's a 77 back. Great figure. One of the best of the vintage figures, really. You know, really like Squidhead. And the back of the card, you can tell it's a Mexican card because it's not so glossy. It's kind of, you know, and it's got the famous Lili-Ledy hole there. Card looks faded at the back. It says made in Mexico there. So that's your Squidhead on a Mexican card. Really nice. And this is probably the cheapest way to get a Mexican figure carded, because the real Lili-Ledy cards cost a fortune, so this is probably the best way to do it. Comes with a grey pistol there, and you know, Return of the Jedi Squidhead, and then we've got Return of the Jedi Gamorrean Guard and the Mexican card. Figure looks great. You can see it's got dark armour. There's really dark green tone to it. There's his axe, Gamorrean Guard, Return of the Jedi. 65 back. And also a Mexican card. You can see the hole there where the of is on Return of the Jedi, and then it says made in Mexico. So these are quite popular on eBay to pick up, because it's the cheapest way of getting a Mexican figure. So, I mean, there's debate whether these figures are actually better than the ones made by Lili-Ledy, that they were, because they were being sold in the USA, that they actually produced them to a higher standard because they were going to the US market, but who knows. And so they say sometimes accessories might be Hong Kong accessories or US accessories rather than, so, you know. But basically it's a Mexican figure, it's made in Mexico, you know. And the figure looks great, Gamorrean Guard, and the Squidhead. both made in Mexico, both top figures. Okay, cheers, bye. Okay, here we've got a Bespin Luke. This is the Lili-Ledy version, made in Mexico, and it's only UK AFA 60, I think, or UKG AFA. 1980 Lili-Ledy Star Wars loose action figure, Luke Bespin figure, fatigues, brown hair, raised bar, country of origin, 60, excellent. But it's quite a rare figure, so even if it's a 60, it's still a nice item to have. And it comes with the Bespin blaster instead of the Han blaster. Yellow lightsaber. If you notice, the thumb's got a lot of paint missing there. So this is the Mexican version of Luke Bespin, made in Mexico. There's the back of the figure. Here's the Hong Kong version to compare it to. Made in Hong Kong. This one has a raised bar. There it is. You can just about pick it out. In the back of the leg, there's a little bar there, or scar. Boots are slightly different colour. Hong Kong's a bit more tan. Hair's similar colour. Okay, both 1980 date stamp. Oh man, got easy with a broken arm. Okay, so this is Luke Bespin, made in Mexico, Lili-Ledy version. This is lightsaber. AFA 60. And there's the Hong Kong version and the Mexican version. This is the one from my childhood, the Hong Kong version. You can definitely see colour difference in the boots. Okay, so that's your Lili-Ledy Mexican Luke Bespin, which came with the Bespin blaster and the yellow lightsaber. Nice thing to have. Got it at what I think is a good price. Nice item. And there's the Hong Kong version. Luke Bespin's one of the most popular figures. Okay, you can see slightly difference in the hair colour as well. This one's a bit more gingerish. But otherwise there's not much difference really. So here's your Mexican version. Lili-Ledy, Luke Bespin, made in Mexico. Okay, cheers, bye. Okay, here we've got the Rebel Commander. So this one I just got, it's AFA 75, oh sorry, UKG, sorry. Figure gets 75%, paint 80%, Star Wars Rebel Commander, Lili-Ledy, 1980, no country of origin. So this is the Mexican version, and this is from childhood, this is the Hong Kong version. So if you look carefully, you can see a few differences. Like you can see that this Mexican version's got a lot longer moustache. The brown on the scarf's a slightly different colour. It's a more of a sort of brownish grey, whereas this is a more of a mid-brown, and the skin texture is slightly different. Other differences are, if you look here, there's a few stripes there, 1, 2, 3, and this one hasn't got, it's only got one stripe there. So that's one difference. What other differences are there? The mid-torso of this figure is quite brown as well, or yellowed slightly. The boots as well, you can see that the Mexican ones, the Lili-Ledy boots, are a lot darker than these boots here, the Hong Kong ones, which are a lot more of a tannish colour. Also unique to this figure, the Mexican version, was he came with Chewbacca's bowcaster as his weapon, whereas this figure comes with the weapon that we all know, which is sort of like a machine gun almost with a strap. Back of the figures pretty similar. Nothing I can really see that makes them stand out different. They say the Mexican version's got the brown bit of the scarf there is a lot more fuller, but I can't really see that. They look pretty much the same. Detailing's the same on the backs of the figure. So this is your Lili-Ledy version made in Mexico, and this is your Hong Kong version. So you can see a few differences, especially the moustache, the stripes around the lower region of the jacket. This piece of equipment there, this black thing, is continuous on the Lili-Ledy version. Looks the same on this version though. So that's your Mexican. Okay, here we've got General Mundane on a Empire Strikes Back Luke Skywalker card. So this is a carded sample from 1982-83. It's showing what the new Return of the Jedi figures would look like on cards, and they just used whatever card they had available. This one's not too rare, it's fairly common, but it's still a nice thing to have. It's AFA 75, card gets 75, bubble 75, and the figure gets 85. They describe it as a 1982 Kenner Star Wars ESB 48 back Luke Hoth General Mundane miscard. It's not a miscard, it's a sample. And the figure itself is a what do you call it? A hand painted sample, and you know it's really nice. Test shot figure or sample figure, and it's on a Revenge of the Jedi offer card with Admiral Akbar before they changed the name to Return of the Jedi. So it's a really rare, nice item. To get any sample like this is really tough. Here's my original from childhood General Mundane figure, and you can see how different this figure is to that figure in paint tone. This got bluer arms. It's a Hong Kong figure. I've got the Taiwan green-headed version as well. But you can see the difference between the two. Look at the faces, real big difference there. So we've got the original Hong Kong shop bought Mundane and my carded sample figure. This one's got darker grey hair as well. Bluer arms. Slightly shaded in the grey beige uniform, different. So there you are, Mundane and Mundane. Carded sample and regular shop bought version from childhood. Okay, here we've got two Lukes. We've got Luke Bespin with orange hair, he's UK graded 80%, and we've got Luke Farmboy, he's AFA graded 75. Okay, shouldn't say okay, say it. Okay, so this figure is UK graded, you can see it there. What's special about this figure is he's got orange hair, which makes him quite desirable. I'm not sure if the colour really comes through, but you can see that his hair is sort of between a brown and a yellow colour. And this is the orange haired Luke Bespin, and what I've read is that he was sold in Europe, mainly in the UK, so sometimes they call this the Palatoy Luke Bespin, and it comes with a yellow lightsaber and Han Solo style blaster. Really nice figure. I've already had one of these. The reason I got this one was it was a low bid price, starting price, and I got this one for the 10th of what I paid for the AFA one I got. So This one was a real bargain. Let's see if we can see a better look at the orange hair. It should say on the label orange hair. Let's see if I can pick that out. Star Wars Luke Skywalker, best spin orange hair, figure 85%, paint 75%, overall 80%. Lucasfilm, Hong Kong, so this is a Hong Kong figure. Luke Skywalker, orange hair. Very nice. There's the back of the figure. I think you can see the orange hair better there. The figure. It says made in Hong Kong there. I don't know if you can pick it out. But this is a really great figure. And this is a kind of... These two Lukes are like, for variations, are really collected by vintage heads. So this is a orange haired Luke Bespin, and this Luke here is a what is this one? This is the loose action figure AFA 75, blonde hair, dark pants, Taiwan. So this is the Taiwan version of the Luke Farm Boy. Very yellow hair, single telescoping saber. I've got a double telescoping saber. I've shown that before. Made in Taiwan. You can just about see that there. Really nice figure. This figure, Luke Farm Boy, is heavily collected. There's many variations, different colour hairs, orange hair. The orange head of this version is worth a fortune. And there's a brown haired version as well. Really nice figure. You can see these two figures have more or less got the same head, and it's just that they may improve. You can tell this has got improved sculpting compared to this one. This one came out in 1978. This one 1980. So you've got yellow-haired Luke Farm Boy Taiwan version, and the orange-haired Luke Bespin. Really nice, two really nice Lukes. Okay. Oops, I said. So really two nice pickups. Got this one at a really good price. I think this one cost less than that, even though this is worth a lot more. It's a far more rarer because it's got the orange hair. So Luke with orange hair, Luke with yellow hair, Taiwan version. Classic figure. It says they've got dark pants and blonde hair. Really nice. Back of the figure, lightsaber yellow, and this figure here. Okay. Cheers.